Hey everyone, Brandon here. Wanted to go over MicroStrategy. This has been the pick from the power trend strategy, or at least one of the picks with high conviction. And I'm going to go over this strategy, MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, IBIT, and see where we're at with it. Basically, we look like it's in a good spot, and need to have it show some strength pretty soon, and it looks like it is actually. But let me show you the power trend strategy. By the way, I've had this pick since June, so it's fairly new, but really the start of the matter comes from basically the stock being over the 200-day moving average. And so when you have a stock that's over a 200-day moving average, which is this purple moving average, it just shows that you have kind of long-term momentum going. And then we have this blue 50-day moving average and this red 100-day moving average. And that's the confirmation. That's the confirmation right here of the momentum. So when you have those two things, you know that the stock's over the 200-day moving average. So the stock has momentum, at least in that longer term, and it's confirmed by the midterm momentum of the 50-day over the 100-day. Those kind of give you the green light to look at the stock as a possible buy. And then we've got these green Keltner channels. These Keltner channels are really excellent for timing. They are similar to Bollinger Bands in some ways. They kind of give you an idea of where the stock should be, and in the middle of them is their 20 moving average, which is kind of like a magnet for price. And when you get too far away from this 20 moving average, like you see back here with this arrow, it's usually a time to trim or definitely not buy. It's too risky. And as you can see back in November when it hit, I think, all-time highs at like 535, this was a time you don't want to chase it. It's too far way above these Keltner channels. And it did. It pulled back down to the middle, and then it kind of sold off. And then if you can see, look at this red arrows like back in February. These are kind of below the Keltner channel. These might be times to look into buying it as long as the stock has momentum. And it was bouncing off its 200-day moving average. So these are all things that you kind of look for, a stock or an ETF that's bouncing off the 200-day moving average and that has that power momentum. So everything was a go. Again, you had another opportunity kind of looking to buy it back in April, right as it was kind of dipping below, or just liquidity sweeping real quickly below that 200-day and then recovering on kind of bouncing off that 200-day moving average. And again, this 50-day moving average almost lost its momentum, almost lost the confirmation, but it came back and kind of strengthened up. So we're confirmed, and the price is, again, over the 200-day moving average. The 50-day is over the 100-day moving average. So all this is kind of confirming that this is a stock that's buyable. And just kind of on another technical note, we kind of have a cup and handle pattern here. It's a very long, elongated cup starting back in December, kind of rounds out, shows a bottom, comes up here, and then we have a handle. One thing you want to keep in mind about cup and handles is you don't want the handle to go on too long. That's kind of a sign that the stock's just not going to take off, and it kind of adds risk that the stock can kind of tank and come on down. So you want to be careful with cup and handles where the handle just gets too big and takes too long. It starts just kind of weighing down on the stock. Same thing for flag patterns. In a sense, this is almost a flag pattern. The stock pretty much